All right, welcome back, everyone. Lots to go over tonight. Gonna get right after it. Number one, I do want to point out, I got several DMs. I apologize about the schedule. Okay, I pride myself in being Mr. Reliable. I pride myself in being Mr. Punctual. But last 2 weeks ago, I had a family commitment, and then last week I was flying out to the West Coast, and man, I tell you, I fly a lot, and man, I can't remember the last time I didn't have a delay. So anyway, the plan was to do it last night, got delayed. I didn't get in till like midnight, so I apologize about missing the last couple weeks. Plan is to be here every single week, no matter what, barring being stuck on an airplane at the time you're supposed to live stream. So, and then just as a reminder, if you're happening to stop by, through the summer, we're going to do Tuesday nights, which is obviously right now, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. So if you're watching this after the fact, maybe you're watching this on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. for the summer. My son and I, we actually fish together a lot. We actually competitively fish. Many of you might not know such a thing actually exists, but we compete in tournaments together, and one of those nights is Monday night. So through the summer, Tuesday, 8 p.m., and then, once we get probably like past Labor Day, we'll go back to Monday night. I actually kind of prefer Monday night, just because I like to kick the week off with you guys. Remember, the number one goal of tonight is to break down the watch list. And that's kind of, get the week started off right, talking about the watch list on Monday night. But until Labor Day, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Couple things I want to talk about before we get into it is share. Okay, we have a sale. And I know everybody is used to hearing, taglines like this, but I mean, we hand on the Bible, we've never done a sale like this cheap. Okay. Never. Now, I'm not saying we won't do it again someday, but up to this point, we've never done a sale this cheap. 2 months for $24.95. The cool thing is, you can also jump on the webinars I do. I have a bunch of archived videos on learning the platform. So the coolest thing about this is you get access to the platform for 2 months for $25, and you get access to StocksToTrade University, which there's a ton of content on there learning the platform. What I like about this is, the fact that it gives you 2 months to get into these video lessons and really learn the platform. And, not saying you'll know everything in 2 months, but I think it's a great, it's cheap. Okay. It's really cheap. So go to StocksToTrade.com/Independence Day sale, which is way too long. Let me jump in chat and get you that link real quick. How do I get into my own chat? That's a good question. There it is. Okay, there it is. Does that work? Does that drop in chat? No, that must be a different chat. Okay, so I can go. Let me hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I promise not to waste too much of your time on this. Okay, I can go here. I've only been using the computer since I was in like 2nd grade. Seems like I could figure this stuff out by now. Okay, here we go. On this. Okay, I can go here. Mute. Boom, I did it. Okay, there's the sale. Success. So anyway, check out the sale. Podcast wise, man, I'm telling you, the last couple podcasts, one with Kim Ann Curtin, and then, excuse me, Kim Ann Curtin, episode 100. Favorite I mean, listen, I love every episode of the podcast. This episode with Kim Ann Curtin, freaking awesome. Definitely check it out. And then the cool thing is, this week's episode, Kim actually broke down Steven. Talk about it, a peek into the mind of madness. So Kim did a session with Steven. I haven't had a chance to watch this, but we've had a bunch of great comments. Check that out. And then number 2, I'm going to be doing a session with her. So I'm looking forward to doing that too. And on that note, definitely check out her book, Transforming Wall Street by Kim Ann Curtin. I'm halfway through. It is awesome. Okay. First of all, I love her because she's a Adam Smith and an Ayn Rand fan. Okay. I don't know, that may date me. Both those references. Adam Smith is from like the 1700s and Ayn Rand is from the 40s, 1940s. But my favorite book of all time. Oh, there it is. Favorite book of all time. Ooh, The Fountainhead. I tell you, it's 800 pages. Yeah, 730 pages. Listen, read it, okay? If you are a trader, okay, if you are aspiring to be a trader, which necessitates being a free thinker, necessitates being a self-starter, a independent thinking individual, Howard Rourke's your boy, okay? The protagonist of The Fountainhead. It's 800 pages. Man up, woman up, and read it, okay? Don't watch reruns of Friends or The Office and read The Fountainhead, okay? Anyway, Kim's a big fan. And that book, her book, Transforming Wall Street, definitely check it out. And then last update I have for you is reminder that the Tim Sykes and I will be at the Traders Expo July 21st to 23rd. So July 21st to 20. Oh, whoops, I gotta share my screen again. Someday I'll figure out how to live stream seamlessly. Hold on. Let me share my screen again. And share. All right. So July 21st to the 23rd, which is just a couple weeks away. Sykes and I will be there. It's free. Okay. So if you're in or around the Chicago area, I mean, if you're not familiar with the Midwest, I mean, I love the Midwest. Obviously, I'm from the Midwest, but Chicago is beautiful in the summer. I mean, there's no better time to visit Chicago than in July. But Sykes and I will be there July 21st to the 23rd. Let me get you that link as well. And you can attend free. And I'm speaking, you can see all the times in that link. Yeah, I'm speaking 3 times, and then, Sykes and I are together for a couple of them. And then if you can't make it, you actually can live stream the one with Sykes and I. If you didn't see it when we were in New York City together, it was pretty funny. I actually threw a punch and tried to kick Tim at one point. So check it out. It was educational. It was fun. July 21st to the 23rd. Okay. FCEL. I see a lot of you guys are talking about FCEL. Man, this was talk about quote unquote the play of the day. And, I want to talk about FCEL. So, and actually I see a few StocksToTrade Pro members in here. On that note, if you're curious about StocksToTrade Pro, I'd love to see you. We do twice daily webinars every single day. Basically, unless I'm flying or there's a family commitment, I do a webinar twice a day, every single day. Some days I do 3. Check out StocksToTrade Pro. But what I want to talk about with FCEL is mistakes. So let's talk about a little trading psychology, okay? FOMO and the ego, etc. So FCEL, I'm not proud to admit, but it's the truth. I never touched this today. It's embarrassing at this point. So we were talking about this in StocksToTrade Pro. We go live every morning at 9. So let me bring up the 2-day chart. And FCEL was up big in pre-market. Well, first of all, FCEL had a good day yesterday from 18 cents to, 25 cents, as high as 30. So this thing was up 20, 30, almost 40% yesterday. On pretty good. How was the volume yesterday? Let me look at a daily chart real quick. Can't remember how good okay, fair enough. So solid volume yesterday, man. I didn't realize it traded 50 million shares yesterday. It's even more embarrassing that I missed this morning. So anyway, yesterday FCEL was up, 30, 40% on 50 million shares traded. I didn't realize that. That's the tell. So anyway, we come in this morning and it's gapping up. It was in the 30s, breaking the previous day's high, which, damn it. It just, the reason I keep chuckling is the more I talk about this setup early in the day, the more embarrassed I am that I bashed this. And I bashed it, okay? Full disclosure, live in StocksToTrade Pro this morning. It's recorded. It's archived. I can't deny it. I bashed this stock, and I was more interested in RBZ, which RBZ ended up doing nothing, which further exacerbates my embarrassment. But so let's break this down in hindsight and what you should look for tomorrow. So up 30, 40% on a crazy high volume, then gaps up in the morning and breaks the breaks yesterday's high on a huge candle. Look at that candle. That first 5-minute candle was 9 million shares traded. Pushes, pulls back, holds VWAP, and then is just pinned to VWAP all day, then breaks the high of the day into that freaking 2 p.m. window, which is a setup. I mean, you guys know, if you've been to some of these YouTube lives, I talk about this all the time. That big break, consolidation of VWAP, and then a high a day break on high volume into the 2 p.m. window. It's one of our favorite setups. And then it proceeds to grind higher, close dang near at the high of the day, and then gaps up in after hours. So great setup. I made a lot of mistakes avoiding this. And it feels silly, but this is where I want to talk about psychology. I could, you know, notice I laughed a few minutes ago. I was chuckling about missing this. Listen, if you have a coulda, woulda, shoulda mindset, you know, I use a lot of sports analogies, and they always, you know, if you don't know this analogy, I'll explain it to you. But you'll hear people talk about the defensive back mentality. The defensive back mentality is, if you're not familiar with American football, you know, if you're the defensive back, you're the last line of defense for the touchdown. I mean, I know the World Cup's going on. You know, the defensive back is basically the goalie, okay? If you give up points, it's your fault, okay? Yeah, you got other teammates, but if someone kicks the ball back, yeah, it's on you. If you're a defensive back and you get torched, it's on you. Now, you get beat for a touchdown, you can hang your head, you can call yourself a loser, you can get frustrated, you can get angry, and then you know what happens next time? You get torched again. Then you give up 3 touchdowns a game, then you get cut, and now you're playing in the CFL or you're working at Publix, okay? Because you gave up 3 touchdowns because you let that first one screw up your mentality. Have a defensive back mentality. And if you miss a trade that is beautiful, like FCEL, review what you did wrong. I mean, back up this video. You heard me chuckle when I saw 50 million shares traded. I missed that this morning. I missed that it traded that much yesterday. You know, I then missed that high a day break because I was watching RBZ, a stupid, crappy one and done type stock. Then the afternoon window, I mean, I got a kind of legitimate excuse. I missed the 2 p.m. move because we were recording a podcast. I mean, you know, whatever, it happens. But great setup on FCEL. So here's your notes. This is what you want to look for. Big volume the previous day. Breaking of that level. If you miss that early day move, look for those holds of VWAP. That tells you that the buyers are in control. When a big runner is above VWAP, whether it be algos or organic buyers, it's telling you that the buyers are in control and they're driving this stock. And I'm telling you, when you get that high volume break into the 2 p.m. window, you've got a high risk to reward setup. They don't all work, okay? You got to have a plan. You got to have a stop loss. They don't all work. But if you can be ready and prepare and attack these, a significant majority of the time, they do work. So, yeah, I see some discussions about the fundamentals on FCEL. Remember, when you've got a stock trading, you know, 50 million shares yesterday, midday, this had traded 50 million shares. Fundamentals go out the window, okay? Now, 2 things. You also, so let me back up. In these situations, the volume overpowers the fundamentals. When you're trading 120 million, 140 million shares. When you're trading 140 million shares a day, fundamentals go out the window. Now, on the flip side, if you don't, you know, if you're looking at a 20, 30 cent stock and you don't like the fundamentals, you don't have to trade these either, okay? If you're more of a fundamental trader, you're not here to talk about 20 cent stocks, you know. If you're a fundamental trader, trade quality stocks, okay? Trade AMRN, you know, trade, I think you could call ARQL a quality stock, okay? Trade Microsoft, trade Apple, okay? But I think the majority of you are here to grow a small account. And if you're going to try and grow a small account trading good fundamental stocks, good luck. You could do it, but your timeline's going to be 100 years. So anyway, let's get to the watch list. Uber was one of the main watches. This was setting up decent on Monday. It gapped up. So this, we're going back to last weekend. Uber actually gapped up Monday morning, but then just got destroyed. So the nice thing is, we talked about this in StocksToTrade Pro. The idea was a new high buy. So there was never an entry on Uber. I would say this. I do the watch list on Sunday. Go to StocksToTrade.com/watchlist. Get on there. It's free. The stock did gap up, but then just sold off all week. So really a no trade on Uber. NG, gold has been pretty strong. This is hanging around the highs, and we had a pretty good spike on gold today. So I want you to keep an eye on NG, into the end of the week, because we had a lot of weird news today. Mike Pence got called back to the White House. There was a Russian submarine that exploded. Putin canceled some meeting. There were jets scrambled in the Persian Gulf. So gold is spiking because of that. When there's geopolitical unrest, gold typically spikes because gold is, considered safe. So you can see that big move in gold this morning and continued after hours tonight. If you're looking to trade gold, very interested in NG, especially if it can break 6, especially if the GLD stays strong, especially if the news is continuing to be quote unquote in flux. So keep an eye on NG over 6. Apps, slow mover, but gapped up yesterday, little choppy today, but still closed above 5. I would watch new highs on this again. Apps sold off this morning, but the market was a little rough this morning as well. MLNT, I would say, MLNT technically worked. This closed at 665 on Friday night, opened at 676, and went as high as 726. On Monday, 50 cents a share. I'm not going to spike the football and celebrate this as some great call, but it did grind higher all day Monday morning, but then did gap down and got choppy today. So, and then the last one, CDMO. Did that do anything on Monday? Yeah, CDMO. Nice run on Monday. Opened up at 550, went as high as 625. It's still holding at 6. I would not forget about CDMO, okay? This thing squeezed on Friday. That big move on Friday from, Thursday night to Friday afternoon went from 4 to 6. It's hanging around there, and we're going into a holiday. So CDMO, definitely one to keep an eye on going into the holiday shortened session. Now, on that note, remember, as you're planning your day, tomorrow, stock markets close at 1 p.m. Eastern. Now, these half days can tend to be a little wonky, for lack of a better term, okay? So going into tomorrow, be extra cautious, please. Going back to this geopolitical unrest that we've got going on, and we've also got a holiday shortened session, the volume will typically be very low. You might not want to hear this, but if you're a newer trader, I would beg you to take tomorrow off, okay? It's just an odd day. We only have a couple days like this a year. You know, basically Black Friday, day before the 4th, Christmas Eve. No, we're not over. I don't know. Anyway, we've only got like 2 or 3 of these half days every year. So they can tend to be a little odd. And here's the thing. A lot of people are going to be taking the day off tomorrow. Volume's going to be low, etc. Then just remember, stock markets are closed on Thursday. So, you know, Friday is going to be a low volume day. If you're a new trader, these next couple days, man, I know everybody, I joke about the making bank, bro, guys. I mean, I know everybody wants to make bank, bro, today. You know, I want to double my account today. But next few days, if you're new, take the day off. Enjoy the 4th. We live in the greatest country in the world. You know, I apologize if you're watching from overseas, which many of you are. I am sorry. I am hopelessly patriotic, okay? Now, I don't put down other countries, but hey, baby, I'm sorry. I'm as patriotic as they get. I think we live in the greatest country in the world, and take the time, celebrate the 4th of July. It's going to be low volume. It's going to be weird. You don't have to trade every day. A guy just said cash is king. He's right. Cash is a position. You know, here's the thing. If you're under the PDT and you got like 1 day trade left, just take the next couple of days off, and then you get all your day trades back on Monday, you know? So that being said, thank you, everyone, for being here tonight. FCEL, definitely a one to watch. If you're a degenerate and you don't listen to me and you're determined to trade on a low-volume day before the holiday, FCEL is for sure in play. Check out that Independence Day sale. Let me put the link in chat one more time because it's a great deal. I want you to take advantage of it. Check out StocksToTrade Pro, and I'll be here every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a great night, everyone. Happy Independence Day. Hope you have a great weekend. And aim small, miss small, especially tomorrow. Okay? So have a great night, everyone. See you next Tuesday night.